Welcome to another book talk with Tracy. Today I am coming to you from my basement where my grandchildren like to play. And you can see there's tubs behind me. I have all kinds of dress up because I did teach drama for about 20 years. So I have a lot of really cool dress up stuff. I have a little tub of fairies there and knights and heroes and you name it, I've got it. I've got tons of stuff which mostly my grandchildren take advantage of these days, but it seemed like a good place to talk about some of my other plays. I have talked about my plays before, a few of them in particular, but today I wanted to specifically focus on the plays that were published by a company called JAC Pub, and I really appreciated their support over the years. They published 5 of my plays, in fact. Unfortunately, they've gone out of business. They retired, as some of us like to do eventually. So, but you can still get all of these plays directly from me, or in fact, a couple of them have been picked up by a different publisher, and they're going to be coming out in a new version. So that's really exciting. But of the 5 plays that I had published with JAC Pub over the years, I've already talked about this one, The Western Tale. I think it was in episode 40. So if you're interested in more of that, you can go back to episode 40. And in fact, this is based very loosely on a Shakespeare play called The Winter's Tale. So even though it's in a Western setting, and I changed it up to be a Western, the storyline is based loosely on Shakespeare's Winter's Tale. So I already did talk about that, and in fact, this is one that is being picked up now by Big Dog Plays, and they're going to be republishing it sometime in 2022, I think. Some of the other plays, the other one that actually is being picked up by Big Dog is this one, Dorothy's Road Trip. And in fact, this was one of the first plays I wrote, not the first. I think Ebenezer's Christmas Carol was the first full-length play that I wrote. But I wrote this one the next year. It was for my drama students. And basically it is The Wizard of Oz. It's based on Frank Baum's The Wizard of Oz. And there's not a lot of change in terms of the story. Of course, the characters are a little more modern. Dorothy's a little bit, has some attitude, and, but, basically the rest of the characters are the same. And of course, there's lots of puns, lots of humor. One character that does appear is the French maid. So I have a maid that comes to the door every time someone comes to Oz's castle. And she's, sort of bored and is more interested in doing her nails and stuff. So that was a really fun character. And I produced this one actually a couple of times myself. First of all, it was produced in Watson Lake when we lived there. That's in the Yukon. Those are the kids that I wrote it for. And then a little bit later on, I produced it again in Tumbler Ridge. And again, it was just as fun the second time around. And of course, it has been produced elsewhere around North America. So I'm very excited to see this one coming out again, now that JAC Pub is no longer selling them directly. But a little side note, when I wrote it the first time, 2 of my own daughters were still in school, and my youngest daughter played Glinda the Good, and then my middle daughter played the Wicked Witch of the West. And, not to brag or anything, they both did an amazing job, and it was really fun to see them, the counter action that was going on between the 2, as they were sort of counterparts, the good and the evil, and it was a lot of fun for sure. So I'm excited about that one coming up again very soon. The other 3 with JAC Pub have not found new homes yet. Little Red in the Hood, Hook's Nemesis, and Allie and the Magic Lamp. And, I'll keep on trying, but as I said, they are available directly through me. And as you would suspect, Hook's Nemesis is based on Peter Pan. Ali and the Magic Lamp, of course, is based on Aladdin. And Little Red in the Hood is really a mashup of a lot of different fairy tales. This one is a lot of fun. I've actually produced this multiple times with various sizes of groups, so at least 4 times, I think. And it's very short. It's really written for a younger set of actors, so it was written for younger, like elementary school students. But it's got a lot of really fun characters. You know, the 3 pigs. One of them's a hypochondriac, one of them is afraid of everything, and the other one's kind of bossy. BB Wolf is, of course, the conniving big bad wolf, but he has his young nephew working with him. And in this version, Grandma is like, she's the coolest old lady around. She drives race cars and knows karate and all kinds of fun stuff. So this is a really fun one. I'm hoping that you know, eventually somebody else will want to pick that one up too. But I really appreciate all that JAC Pub did for me, and writing plays, of course, was part of my job as a drama teacher, or part of what I did do, but I found a lot of satisfaction in it as well. And it's funny how these kind of things just seem to take on a life of their own. So next time I'm going to actually talk a little bit more about these 2, since I don't want to keep this, I don't want it to get too long, but I really just invite you over to my website. You can check out all of my plays, all of my novels, all of my nonfiction. It's tracykrause.com. No E in Tracy, 2 S's in Krause. And I will see you very soon, as in next week, with more about some of these plays. See you then.